percentage of philosophical discussion is centered around debating word definitions? Adams calls this word thinking, and it's really actually not. It's not the best, actually. It's not the best for debating and not for your credibility as somebody out there that's talking about current events or politics, philosophy, whatever the subject might be. If you're talking about word definitions, even like with art and stuff, music, it's just like, it can be fun, but if you're trying to have a serious discussion and somebody's like yelling at you and they're saying, you don't know what that word means, blah, 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 that's not that strong. It just isn't. Because, yeah, they might not know what that word means, but then they go on to, dictionary.com, literally 5 seconds after you say that, they know what the word means, and then they can clarify. And they often do. But then you have people that just literally tell you you don't know what a word means when you're using it correctly. Or that you don't know what a term means. And I'm just like, and? Like, define for me how you're, see, now you're making me do it. So you're not only, it's just this vicious cycle of talking about the word definition. You know what I mean? Like, I think you should be able to clarify, but it's like, it's such a time waster. It's such a time waster. That's kind of the point. It's like, you're right or you're wrong, but if you waste time on this stuff, it makes it just drags you down. It takes your energy away. So here's a good one for you, along the same lines. Responding to those we disagree with is good. Promoting solution-oriented thinking. That said, far too often I see responses to statements hinging on baseless refutations like, "You're wrong!" Strawmen, "I disagree with this thing you didn't actually really say!" And ad hominem. Ugly look. Yeah. I don't like that. I don't like it. And the thing is, when it happens, it's fine. It's fine. It just means that I'm going to ignore you. You're going to be ignored. If you can't come up with something substantive, or if you're going into, and I hate to say this, but we all have, our echo chamber, or we spend time in different echo chambers. I try to spend in as many different ideologies and just different cultures online as possible, and not try to hide things that conflict with my opinion, because that way I can continue questioning and at times reaffirming and other times changing what I think on a given topic. So it's good, some people stick to their echo chamber, and they basically don't understand that there's something else out there. It's kind of like the right think worldview, and it can be debilitating if you're trying to be involved in intellectual discussion, because people want to throw everything on the table, and if you're saying, well, no, I can't, this doesn't belong to my echo chamber, so I can't take part. That's kind of ad hominem right there. It's focusing on ethos, and it's focusing on who the people are, not the argument, the logos-based argument, hopefully the science-based, the logic-based, the reason-based, the rationality-based argument they're trying to make. I guess you could call it the truth-seeking argument, the truth-based argument, if you'd like to go that far. That word's a strong word, truth. It really is. So I don't want to throw it out there. But people will just say online, "You're wrong." You know what? You're wrong. And I'm like, and? What else? Like, how am I wrong? Tell me what's up. And of course, like I say though, talking about the echo chamber thing, don't go into, like, I don't go on to like the Young Turks page and troll people there. Okay, like I have a couple people that I follow that are more on the right or the left, and I'll sometimes post something that pisses people off on either side. But I'm not trying to usually. Usually I'm just doing it because, I'm correcting, and sometimes I am kind of shit posting and being an asshole. But sometimes, like, there are certain places on the internet, just like people's certain personalities. Like, okay, I'll just give an example. Dan Bongino. He's pretty solidly on the right. He's on the right. So if he's talking, or if you're looking at James Woods or one of these guys like that, like, that they're pro conservative, they're pro Trump, they're pro this, they're not on the left, and they might say things that are considered offensive to the left, and it's not healthy to be stuck in a small echo chamber, especially with one, like, main voice that you listen to. Because that's when you get your Owen Benjamins and your sort of, like, kind of pseudo-culty figures. I don't want to see that happen. I think that can be an obsession that can actually put the content creator at risk as well, from very obsessive fans that are too... they're too comforted, they're too familiar with the program. But when you go into somebody else's space, when you go into, like, if I go into the Hillary Clinton forum, or the subreddit on Reddit for Hillary Clinton, I'm not going to go ahead and be, like, trolling people and putting up stuff that's going to offend. Why? What's the point? Just introducing, like, more tension, more hatred into the discussion? Hatred of me for posting. And if people dox me or something, or do something to me outside, which happens, especially if it's 4chan, if you're on 4chan, you fuck around with people, you better be careful. You better make sure you have a VPN or whatever it might be. It keeps you safe. Proxy, I don't know. But, like, I just don't think it's, like, worth it to go trolling. If I'm posting something that's kind of right-wingy, or, like, against, or it's, like, critiquing the left, or if I'm posting something that's critiquing the right, in this case with Bongino, it's the left. I'd be critiquing the left. He's doing it. We're all making fun of AOC or something. I like AOC, but not her policies so much. I like the person. I think she's very fun, and I love her Instagram videos. I think they're a lot of fun. They're very persuasive, as is she. But yeah, I just don't think it's worth it to go in and start looking for, like, like, expecting a real debate to come from there, or if I post something on Dan Bongino, if I post a reply to him, he says something that's funny about the left, I say something that's funny about the left. If a leftist comes in and says, oh, well, give me some proof of that, I'm like, well, what? Huh? That's another thing. A little pet peeve on the internet. When people just, they know they're stirring shit a little bit, and they think that they can do what they want, freedom of speech, but it's a little annoying. So I say here, if the goal is to discredit others on behalf of a side, or to be an asshole, an entertainer, or a troll, I can level with that. If you want to be an asshole, an entertainer, or a troll, I can level with that. But if the goal is to deliver the goods via intellectualism and moral superiority, and you do see that a lot out there these days, notably on Twitter, with an eye towards proselytizing. So if you're trying to bring me in and persuade, and to, teach me something, and to expand the conversation intellectually, and to make it so that everyone understands the truth, the closest we can get to it, and it just doesn't work. Uh, if you're trying to do that, the "you're wrong," the "I disagree with this thing you didn't actually say," and the ad hominem, they just are a terrible look. They're a terrible approach. And they're not the way to go. They're invariably weak. And if you're trying to be on a side, on a team, and have fun and enjoy yourselves, and again, asshole, entertainer, or troll, that's great, man. Like, just go, guys and gals, go out there and have a good time. Like, I'm not trying to hold anybody back. I want you to do it. I think it's funny. Just don't harass people. Don't harass people. That's the line. Don't do that. And if you can, put away the avatar and put your face on there. That'll bump your credibility way up. And of course, your mileage may vary. So, I disagree with this thing you didn't actually say.